Hi and welcome to another Italy Vino, where today we are going to be tasting my very favourite Abruzzo red wine. It's called Testarossa, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. It's a Montepulciano D'Abruzzo, of course. It's made by a winery called Posetti, who are based about 20 miles away from us on the Adriatic coast. But the grapes that go into this particular bottle come from vineyards well inland here in Abruzzo, in fact on the slopes of the Gran Sasso Mountains, where it is bakingly hot in summer, freezingly cold in winter, and produces as a result wines that are rich, full and robust. And I first came across this wine shortly after we arrived in Italy, and what originally drew me to it were, first of all, the bottle. A long, slim, quite sexy bottle. A fabulous wine label, one of the nicest I've ever seen, and a reassuringly heavy, chunky feel in the hand, which just, it felt good. Well marketed, tried it, loved it, and it's been my special Abruzzo red wine ever since. Now, it's a wine that's made from 100% Montepulciano D'Abruzzo grapes. Once they've been pressed, as we give this a chance to get a little bit of air onto it, once they've been pressed, the juice will spend 12 months in a steel vat, then a further 18 months in oak casks, and another 6 months in bottle before it's released. So it essentially has a 3-year production period. This is the 2007 vintage, which was good vintage. So it would have been released at the tail end of 2010 out onto the market, and it will continue to be a good wine for 6 to 10 years following its release. Maybe not quite as much as 10, 8 say. It's a wine that you will find if you look in specialist wine shops near to where you live, because Posetti, I know, do export this. And unlike some of the wines that we've tasted in this Italy Vino series, it would be foolish of me to pretend that I don't know what to expect. I do know what to expect. I expect rich red fruit on the nose, and guess what? Rich red fruit on the nose. Very, very powerful, heady scent. And as for the taste, well, Montepulciano is a fruity, red berry laden red wine. This particular Testarossa, hints of spice, of cinnamon. Delicious, absolutely lovely. It's a very reliable wine, this. There are better, more expensive Montepulciano D'Abruzzos. This is one that just suits my personal taste. It goes very well with Abruzzo food. It goes very well with a lot of non-Italian food as well. It's just a very well-made bottle of red wine. Why is it called Testarossa? It's a nice story, nothing to do with Ferraris, but it has its roots in the heritage and history of the Posetti winery. The winery started in the early days of the 20th century and was chugging along nicely until the Great War, when the men who worked in the winery went off to fight. And the day-to-day running of the Posetti winery was left to a woman called Rachele in Italian, who was blessed with a magnificent crop of flaming red hair, Testarossa, which is the Italian for redhead. When the current owners of the Posetti winery, Mimo and Franca Posetti, were looking for a name for what is one of their flagship red wines, they thought it would be a nice idea to name it after Rachele, Testarossa, redhead. And they've produced this outstanding Art Deco type label, which really makes the wine stand out, the bottle stand out on the shelves. The cost here in Italy is 15 to 20 euros a bottle, which ironically for a DOC wine, the standard appellation controlling Italian wines, is more than you will pay for some of the allegedly better DOCG, allegedly top grade Montepulciano wines that come from the north of the region. So it's a good wine, as I said, 15 to 20 euros. The sad fact of life is more than that, wherever you might happen to live. But if you want an introduction into a superior bottle of Montepulciano D'Abruzzo, this is so good, so reliable, you are not going to go far wrong. And the Posetti winery has a good knack of producing good wine, even in slightly off years. 2007 was very good, but the standard is very constant, which is the hallmark for me of a good winery. Testarossa, Montepulciano D'Abruzzo, ends this particular edition of Italy Vino. Heartily commend it to you. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you again very soon, and as ever, a toast to you in this excellent red wine, which I'm going to enjoy with my lunch in about an hour's time. For now though, I'll leave you. See you soon. Bye bye.